Do the goofy. Oh man. Alright, I'll hold on there. Hold on, I wait for Roger to get all ready and hey everybody. God, what a train wreck. First off, the reason that scene at the very beginning was very blurry and very ghostly is because I'm watching the 3D version, and when I film it, you're seeing the double image. Wow. Also, too, excuse the hum in the background. I have my air conditioner on. And it's like almost 90 again. It's going to be a hot weekend here in Chicagoland, in Illinois. But I am watching. What's Roger watching? I'm watching Jaws 3. I'm trying to watch Jaws 3. Why did Roger buy Jaws 3? Because it came with an extra version of the 3D version of Jaws 3 for those specifically with 3D televisions. So, of course I picked it up. And it's so great that it was only like $9.99, $10. And as a bonus feature, it comes with the 3D version. Which, well, wow. I had really forgotten how bad this movie is. There have been bad sequels to movies, but, you know, when you come from Jaws, which is like I was going to say way up there, but you can't see my hand. Way up there, the original Jaws, and then it becomes such a big hit, and then you go, okay, well, studios, Universal says, we got to make a sequel. We got to do a sequel. Let's get Roy Scheider. He's the only one that'll come back, and we'll talk about Hooper to make sure he's still alive, you know, and we'll just put a scene where they talk about him. And we'll bring Brody's family in, you know, the wife and the kids. They'll be older now, and they'll be out partying on a boat, and they'll run into the shark. Jaws 2 is like about here. I really like Jaws 2. I really do. There's a lot of people that don't. But I think the advantage by having Roy Scheider come back really helped the movie. Plus, it's got an amazing score. I mean, John Williams' score for the first Jaws was fantastic. But there is some really good music in Jaws 2 that I really appreciate. I believe he did this one too, didn't he? Although I don't see John Williams' name anywhere. So no, I guess someone else did the music to this. And no doubt it's because I'm falling asleep while watching. I'm watching this thing and I'm like, oh, what's going on? It's so bad. Oh my God, I'm sorry. And I still, to this day, have never seen Jaws the Revenge, which is the Lorraine Gray. She put your foot in the water and she could sense the shark, and the shark is trying to get revenge on the Brody family. Michael Caine. I've never seen it. I have yet to see it, and it's available. They released 2, 3, and 4, and I have not bought that. I bought 2 and 3. 3 because it's in 3D. Okay, yeah, put the badness aside. But what I was going to try to say is they just got progressively worse and worse and worse as they went on. What was Hollywood thinking? What was Universal thinking? Why couldn't they do a good Jaws? And I remember back then in the 80s, there were all these Jaws rip-off movies. Shark Mouth or Teeth of a Shark or whatever it was. Shark Man and Dinosaur. No, they're doing those now on Sci-Fi. But you think you come from such a high plateau, can't you come up with a decent story? And this actually, if you kind of think of it, it's, you know, the old Universal 50s movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. When they decided to do a sequel, they says, hey, let's set it in a SeaWorld type park. Let's catch the creature, put him in a tank, and let the people see it. And it'll be like an attraction, you know. And then, of course, he gets out, and he causes turmoil, and that's great. And I can't wait for that to be released. That all three Creature movies I really do like. Creature Walks Among Us is the third one. I love all of them. But the first and the second were shot in 3D. And the first is out in 3D in the Universal box set. You can buy it separately. And the second one, Revenge of the Creature, has yet to be announced. So I'm hoping, there are a lot of 3D fans that are really hoping for that to come out. This is kind of like that, you know, even though the shark isn't like an attraction, it gets into the tanks with the other SeaWorld dolphins. And I think, well, right now, I'm 50 minutes into the thing, and they captured it. They knocked it out, and they captured it. So it's been years, I forgot. Are they going to do it as like an attraction? World's biggest great white shark? There were characters saying that we don't have a great white shark. They're hard to get, and this would be great. So maybe they're doing that, and then it gets out and turmoil happens. But it is done so badly, so bad. The acting. Dennis Quaid, Louis Gossett Jr., what's her name? Very young girlfriend of McFly from Back to the Future. Lorraine Gray? Not Lorraine Gray. What am I saying? Jeez. They don't even have her name on here. And this has a screenplay by Richard Matheson and Carl Gottlieb. Two very well-known, especially Matheson. What? Maybe the script was good and the production was bad and plagued with just really badness. But you would think of Richard Matheson, at least there'd be some redeeming value to the thing. Now, the 3D. The reason I bought this is it's in 3D. The last time I saw this was back in the 1990s, I think. And I had a pseudo 3D system that was available back then, a Sensio field sequential shutter glasses. You plug it into this little device, you plugged it into your DVD player, and then you would get these discs, which you could either copy or you could buy. I bought a few of them. Spy Kids 3 and things like that, the original Creature, and you could see them in 3D, but it wasn't perfect. It was ghostly, very, very ghostly, if you know what I'm saying. The 3D in this, Universal, God bless them for at least releasing this for $10 as an extra on the Jaws 3D video, DVD, Blu-ray. But gosh, they didn't clean it up at all. They didn't do anything to it. This is the grainiest movie I have in my collection. You want to talk about grain? Grain is... Some shots look beautiful. There's a shot with a guy on the gate of the SeaWorld, and the sun's going down, and it looks fantastic and clear, crystal clear. And then you got some shots during the day with Louis Gossett talking to other people, and there's just grain. It looks like it's blurred. There are some shots that are actually blurry, and the people in the background are in focus. It's like, what happened during this production, and what film stock did they use, and how did they process this that made it so grainy? The 3D that is there is fantastic. It's that 80s comeback 3D, Friday the 13th, Metalstorm, Parasite, I believe, is it Metalstorm is going to be released, or Star Chaser, Star something, one of those 80 other movies are coming out. And then there's a 50s movie that's being released next month, Miss Lea Thompson, which I believe is, oh, who is she? I can't think of the actress, famous actress. But that was done in the 50s, and that 3D is going to look fantastic. But this, yes, the 3D, the credits are out of the screen, like the opening of Friday the 13th, you know, comes right in your face. There are things, fish and bubbles and things that are way out of the screen, pop-ups galore. It's fantastic. But, man, the graininess, the quality is just so distracting, and so you got that problem with the great advantage of pop-out 3D the way it should be, not like it is now where everything's a window, but things actually coming out, you know, even though you can tell it's a mechanical shark going blah 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 blah. It still is coming out of the screen. It still looks good. So but then you got this grain, and you got this bad acting, and you got this boring story. I got another 40 minutes to go. I'm going to watch the rest of it. I have to. But it is a lot better than that old Sensio field sequential version I had. At least it's clear enough to see the defining of the 3D and everything. So anyway, that's my little take on Jaws 3D. Yeah, pick it up. If you're a Jaws fan, get all 4. Get all 3, and then you'll have, I'm sure everybody has the first Jaws by now, and then you'll have the whole thing, the whole quadrology, or quadrogerly. But anyway, yeah, anyway, that's it. That's I'm done. I want to go back and watch this and then move on to something else. I've been watching Rome, the television series Rome. I'm in the middle of the 2nd season, and it's kicking ass. It's a fantastic freaking show, Rome. If you haven't seen the HBO show Rome, watch it. Anyway, I might go back and watch a couple more episodes of that after this. But I just wanted to show you what Roger's watching. This is old Roger D on Channel Donstar. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there and watching. I said that. All right. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.